Want to know who the most famous Unrwa teacher was? You know, Unrwa, the United Nations Works Relief Organization that everyone says participated in the October 7th massacre. Well, their most famous teacher, Ismail Haniyeh, the head of Hamas. Yep, that's where he came from. He came from Unrwa. For our update on Hamas today, I have some interesting educational news. Most people will recognize this guy. This is the chief of Hamas, Haniyeh, who, as it turns out, Ismail Haniyeh got his start working for the United Nations. And after working for the United Nations, went to work for Hamas and became the head of Hamas. He literally worked for the UN. And now he doesn't work for the UN anymore because the salary got much bigger when he went to Hamas, and now he's worth several $billion, according to everybody's press report. But an ex-UNRWA official says that Ismail Haniyeh was one of our teachers at the school in Gaza. Is that unbelievable? He gave this interview on a Hamas language television, a pro-Hamas television channel in London, and said that that's where they learned terror, from UNRWA schools, and UNRWA promoted him out of the school to take over Hamas. Wow. So all those people that tell you UNRWA didn't have anything to do with the slaughter of all those innocent men, women, and children on October 7th, they came right out of the UNRWA school system, paid for by you, Will Johnson, and me, and all the other Americans that dumped tons of money in until President Trump cut the schools off. And who put it back, Will Johnson?
Joe Biden put it right back. And you know, if you bring up UNRWA and talking about their terrorist acts that they were involved in with Israel, people are denying it, even though they actually have tangible proof, and they still deny it. What does that say? How can you deny what the truth when it leads to the facts, but yet they turn around and deny it? The facts were so blatant, Barry, that the United States of America ended up cutting funds off to UNRWA. End up cutting off because
which Joe Biden put the funds back on his first day in office. He loves them so much. He couldn't deal with it because why? They promoted the videos. They showed the videos. And as the Israeli troops have gone through the UNRWA schools, every school in Gaza is loaded with guns, grenades, RPGs, missile launchers, knives, bomb-making equipment, mortars.
So after October 7th, to my understanding, when a lot of this information came out about UNRWA, because, you know, they were assisting the Hamas when they were killing Israelis, right? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And then I remember Peter Doocy was asking Kirby about the United States of America pouring money into UNRWA. And because of all the overwhelming evidence that was coming out about the United States of America's connection with UNRWA via all of the money, and all of the facts started coming out, the United States of America had no choice but to back out the money that they were giving UNRWA. Have they since then reinstated that money going back to them?
It hasn't been reinstated yet, but money is flowing to UNRWA through different channels.
So what they've done, they found proxies. We'll send it to here. We'll send it to here.
Well, yeah, like
and you get your money that way.
Canada's doing that. Great Britain, Norway, Sweden. That's why UNRWA is still operating, because they say that we need it for humanitarian reasons, because we don't have enough bombs, missiles, grenades, knives, mortars, rockets in our schools anymore, because they all got seized and blown up. The fact of the matter is, UNRWA is indistinguishable from Hamas. Indistinguishable.
Yeah.
Except paid for by the United Nations and chumps like me and you. That's the truth. We're chumps, man.
Yeah.
And when Trump came out and said, it's a corrupt organization. I'm not going to fund it anymore. I thought, oh my God, finally, sanity at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He cut the money off because he said they're corrupt and they're causing violence against Israelis. And Biden put it back on the first day, and people have not said a peep. Trump was
bizarre.
right.
Yeah.
And not being listened to.
He was right again.